Hi there, Ninja. How you doing? Hi, Diamond. Hi there, Aldenberry. Hi there, everyone. Hi and welcome to yet another live stream today. Yes, because there is more work to do. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't worked on the video nearly as much as I would have liked. Unfortunately, I have spent most of the time today working on badger. But at least the badges, there's more badges. There's 14 badges and they work now. Well, except for the last two, 12 of them work. So that's solid score, I would say. Anyway, so we're gonna work on the video. That's my long-winded way of saying I haven't gotten enough work done, unfortunately, so we need to get to work. Because it's important. This is really, really important. It feels good having responsibility, I do have to say. Because in comparison to right now, it genuinely feel like the last year of my life was meaningless. So it does feel good to have responsibility. Now I had to play, my volume was a bit low. Yeah, unfortunately I had to tune it down because I don't want to wake up my neighbors. I don't know when they sleep, but hey. The waiting intro being played live. Yeah, I've been doing that for a couple of days now. Because I'm a bit obsessed with that tune. If actually I do have a mixer somewhere in my electronic trash. If I took it out, I could actually I could plug in both my piano and my microphone on at the same time, and then the sound would be better. But then I wouldn't be able to hear the piano because it's just whatever. So how's everyone doing? How are you all? How are you doing? How's life going for you all? Yeah, Badges was my most recent edit because, as I mentioned, I've been working on Badger the entire time. But yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. It's right here. What I need to do is get a render going. Simply not waste any time. Keyframe, that worked hopefully. What can I? There we go. And then we want to go back to, I imagine this, or even just two of them could be enough, or even better, like this. But then right here as the camera rotates, we get to do a bit of wacky stuff with the angle. There, look at that cinematic, unbelievable. Hi, the caper. Fun fact: only real fans know about is that M in Make It stands for Make It. That is true. Okay, brilliant. So, no, yes, true fact, true story. Actually, I mean, make it is an acronym. It genuinely is an acronym. I've just never actually mentioned what the acronym is for. It's added to the list of things I just never mentioned. Never came up. Right, so right here we have the coolness operator operating on the coolness state, which equals to the coolness eigenvalue coolness state, and position operator operating on position state, which is equal to position eigenvalue equal to position eigenvalue times position state. Simple stuff, trivial. I don't think there's much to explain. All pretty self-explanatory. Position of the particle. So in this case, we want to zoom in on the particle with the sunglasses, making me lose it at the top. Okay. It is a bit late for a cup of coffee, but I'm gonna give myself a cup of milk for the placebo effect. That will surely make your confirmation just 10 times more cool. You've got it spot on. The acronym MAKE IT actually is, if my memory does me well, around 2 years older than the first MAKE IT channel. Yeah, I think 2 years. For a second I thought it could be more, but no, it's around 2 years. Isn't that a fun fact? Does me well. Does not make it acronyms. Ah, damn it, Caper, you're right. So I just can't spell. That's the problem. I can't spell. I'm really bad at spelling. See, this renders quick. 6 per second. Make It's been Make It, long before Make It was a YouTuber. Actually, funnily enough, I don't know how much I want to reveal. I did come up with the Make It acronym, but it wasn't for me. Well, it was partially for me. It's a long story. You know what? Let's keep the skeletons in the closet. Okay? Let's keep skeletons in the closet, zombies on the loose, and badgers deep in the ground. When we get the first Make It fizzy drink on the market, boss. It is fun. Everything's happening so far. It is really fun. Should I work on the website today, Caper, actually on stream? What do you think? I'm gonna let you choose, Caper. I'm gonna let you do you think I should work on the website on stream today? Because we're in a situation where me working on the website actually I consider fun, finally. Now, these particles are in equilibrium. Don't the website. We need a distraction. If we needed, those are two counter statements. What do you mean? We need a distraction, don't do a website. The website would be the distraction. Make it, what stack is the website on? What do you mean, what stack? I don't know what that means. I don't know what stack means. The website, you know my answer. Why even ask? Because I need an excuse, alright? If I just go work on the website, if I go work on the website right now, then it's gonna look bad because I will be only partially working on the video, and it's gonna look bad, you know? A stack is Nginx, SQLite, Flask, Alpine. Oh yeah, I don't speak web developer. I'm sorry. I'm not one of y'all. You see, we in Sealand, we call it the environment is what we call it. We don't call it stack. Stack is a different thing over there. Okay, right here we need to showcase them sitting at optimal distance from each other, which I suppose the easiest way to do would be to right here. Nah, jeez. How do I slice this cake? How do I slice this pie? Jeez, I've been saying how do I slice this cake for such a long time. But I really should have been saying pie the entire time. I don't even know if it's a real saying. I genuinely... I don't know if it's a real saying. Did I make up that saying? How to slice a cake saying. Did I make it up? Is anyone familiar with the saying, how do I slice this cake? Or how to slice this cake? Am I losing my mind? Well, I might be. Anyhow, oh, I'm in talk chat. I need to switch to live chat. Oh, silly of me. Stack in this case, meaning technology used is not really a web dev thing. You just live under a rock on the seafloor. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but stack? Isn't stack part of memory? But unbelievable. Hold on. Whoa. My YouTube just opened up. Sick piano solo. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, no, I thought that was stuck. Man, you can tell I'm not a web developer. Like, Olo asked about what stack is the website, I got so confused. Both are stack. Yeah, I've just never had the environment being referred to as a stack. Because normally you always call it an, well, click on stack, disambiguation. Computing. Abstract data type. Live code, call stack. It's call stack. Stack machine, protocol stack. Networking protocol suites. Your software system gives abstraction from bottom to solution stack. Right? Is that what you're referring to? Solution stack. Okay, I see. I genuinely have never heard of this. Oh, and the first example. Oh, yeah, you lost me. The first one is JavaScript stack. No. Java, Python, Ruby. Yeah, I know why I've never heard of it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, you lost me. The first example was JavaScript. I'll pass. Can you stop swearing on stream? I'm sorry, I said the J word. Yeah, that's on me. JavaScript really is the French of programming languages. And TypeScript is whatever Fringlish is. But that's enough of that. We don't need to focus on those things. What do you mean? It's different. after red dry wine and a cup of coffee. I genuinely so expected you to drink red dry. It fits. It does fit. There we go. TypeScript and C# is just Microsoft copying homework. Amen to that. Honestly, all of modern computing could just work with C and Python. There are only, as that is my opinion, my hill to die on. There are only two things that you need. It's either C or Python. If you think you need a third one, that means you just don't know how to use C or Python. If you need something quick, use C. If you need something useful, use Python. And the third one is what the big corporations need you to do. Assembly. You can do assembly in C. There is a macro for it, whatever it's called. I think technically it's macro. It's C and Kotlin. There is nothing that you can do with Kotlin that you can't do with C. And there are plenty of things that you can do with C that you can't do with Kotlin. Simply because you have the classes for goddamn reason. I don't like classes so much. I'm forced to use classes when doing threading in Python, and I hate it so much every single time. Because when you think about it, what is a class? It's so confusing. When I have a variable, I know exactly what it is. It's an allocated piece of memory. What type of memory? Is it cache? Is it random access? L1, L2, L3? Doesn't matter. It's somewhere in there. You can check if you really want to. When you have a function, you know what it is. Because it's a call. It's once again stored directly in memory. What is a class though? I have no idea. I can't see a word where HTML is replaced by Python/C. HTML is not a programming language. It's a hypertext markup language. If my memory does me well. Saying that you can't replace HTML with Python/C is like saying that you can't replace LaTeX with Python/C. LaTeX is not a programming language. Yeah, logic, there is nothing that Python can do that C can't. It can even use for threading. Yeah, there is nothing that Python can do that C can't. That is true. But that's why C is just faster. Python isn't used to create better things, it's used to create more convenient things, and Kotlin isn't more convenient. It still has to be whatever you call it in Java. I don't know what you call it when you create the package or whatever. You don't need classes for threading. Yeah, you don't need classes for threading in Python either. It's just that it gets a tad difficult to terminate a thread when you don't have classes. But you know what? In C, you can do threads without classes. And you can terminate them properly without classes. And it's faster as well. Okay, right here, you could just mod. Hi, the region, and welcome back, Capo. Okay, this goes far. There we go. Render animation, beautiful. Mickey, have you ever seen what Kotlin code looks like / what it can compile to? About 3 years ago. I will be honest with you, although I have not looked into it in a long time. Let me see, Kotlin. Kotlin programming language. Or Kotlin examples. Sample codes, whatever. Something more complicated. When? Okay. Let's do a simple while loop. Why the two while loops? Yeah, this looks normal. Except you don't have... except you... right. You don't have anything on the end of line. The website is being developed. I'm like, people are gonna be taken by surprise, and then we do the next thing, and this doubles, which being peaks never tried before. We have done incredible progress on the website, I do have to say. Actually, if I was going to work on the website on stream today, what should I work on? Quizzes, right. I remember there was something I could work on publicly. I don't remember what. Quizzes. That's the thing. All the website currency, the make it bucks, the M bucks, make it coin. Your leading cryptocurrency. Oh, this is curious. No, it's like in Python. Move the stack to fax machine for legacy website access. Arrange as well. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, that's awful. Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Why did it just mean right now VS Code it and what git pull does? I think I won't ever get it. However, will you survive? Caper, no. Actually, because no, I mean some kind of, I do want to, because here's an idea. I think like an experience sort of system on the website is a good idea. Because there will be a lot of features which will be very interactive. And having like a generalized number that's a total sum of all of them that will actually showcase how much effort someone spent on these interactive things would be neat. The coinage, I don't know. The coins would have to go somewhere, we have to do something. And I don't have an idea for that thing. Right, optimal distance from each other, which means right here what we need is, we need 320 neutrons. Neutrons. That's good. I like them. Ah. We could be okay. Recently, a really good friend of mine has called me corny, And I do have to say, she's not wrong. But would it be too corny to have like 3 levels of currency that would be in order of cheapest to most expensive? Quarks, atoms, and molecules. Is that too corny? Neutrons implying ultrons. Yeah, that's actually the decay. Neutrons actually decay into ultrons. This be open at be found as anyone from experience to like HB's website, but better be safe than sorry. Okay, that's pretty fine. Time man, I'll give you that. Don't call me Connie, and I'll tell you, I do love corn. No, but I mean, she was onto something. She was onto something. Sadly, I won't disagree with that. Facing reality there. Actually, hold on. Theo, you just gave me an idea for a rule. To the rules! I haven't added any in a really long time. There we go. We have pie. We need forks! Oh, actually. Well, that's also a good one. This be tempting. Okay. Relax you down, the server down real up, exactly. Wait, hold on, I can't, my goodness, make it, focus up for once. Jeez, you have a job to do. Cylinder. Don't make forks. Katsi wants to make unnecessary sex with them 24/7. Oh, do forks mean something? I'm not familiar with that. Taxes equals fork magnet. Taxes equals fork magnet. Taxation. Let's introduce taxation. Was my previous message hidden? I think it was. I don't know which message you're referring to, if I couldn't see it. It comes from the show The Good Place, but it's the far and beyond. Really? I haven't heard of that. Well, I haven't seen The Good Place either, so that's probably why. No, imagine. The milk isn't doing it for me. The placebo isn't placeboing. Right, we're just gonna do 2 of them, and we're gonna move them a certain distance. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Mesh, join. Store in the attribute equal. Alright, brilliant. It's even a good omens. Is it really? I must have missed that. 4.5, which means it will be 1.5. Oh, the mathematics. Beautiful. Let's think about the quizzes in the meantime as I'm working on this. What would we need for the quizzes? About the truck driver and his girlfriend. They came here to spoon and on one member occasion fork. I genuinely didn't register that. I thought there was just some kind of joke I didn't get. I don't know. Check out that for Kotlin dogs. Oh no! If you send a link in your comment, YouTube disallows comments with links by default. Okay, let me see. I'm looking for some sample codes. What I'm looking for. What's control flow? Wait, what? I don't like this notation. I don't like this notation at all. This is not nice. This is effectively a switch. That's what it is. It's a switch operator. But normally with a switch operator, well, not a light switch operator on the Nintendo Switch. Why is JavaScript Mozilla developer? Why JavaScript? Yuck! There we go. Finally, like the switch operator, usually you have them broken down very clearly. Well, in this case, you also need the break because it can just keep going. But in this case, it's all. I don't like this notation. Define point condition for a cement blender. What do we need? Since the currency kind of useless, only has aesthetic value. Can you call the currency Candela? Oh, Candela burn! Oh, we love those. Yeah, I like that, Ultimary. I do like that. Yeah. Burn! Damn! I guess those Candela freaks didn't see that coming. Double burn, cause see, you get the idea. But no, like the point of. Eventually, if we're gonna roll out the kind of currency, the point is that it won't be useless. It will do some stuff. But that's the question. Shut up! I'm sorry, that's my phone. But that's the question of should we do this whole thing? We need to first come up with something for it to do, and only then can we actually do it. Or only then should we actually do it. But I like the idea of the experience, and I like the idea that stuff like, for example, completing a quiz would give you that experience. Started by that name. Points if the brightness aligns the amount of points amassed. It's suffering from success when the entire page is just pure white because you're too rich. Okay. Let's lower the radius, increase the depth, and in this case, we're gonna get it up to 2.9, can't type, and this one will go to 0. Also, another thing that I can also get to work on, well, not on stream, hopefully, but generally I could, which is Discord bot. That just reminded me. Yeah, because connecting the Discord bot to the website would be trivial, like comically trivial, as in no effort. Golly, I wonder how rich I am. Proceeds to get blinded by the power of 1,000 suns. Yeah, suffering from success. So why is byte color an option? Huh? What's the difference between color and a byte color? 30. Why is that? You know what? Whatever. I don't. I don't care. Actually, no. Hold on. No, I can't get over this. Byte color. 8-bit positive integer values. That should be almost no color whatsoever. I'm getting distracted. Right, 5. There we go, and it will go from 0 to 0 to 5. Brilliant. Render animation. Trivial. Just barely more than pointless. Okay. Yeah, I can't implement the Discord bot. Well, I shouldn't implement the Discord bot on stream because that would be a bit risky with the .env. So the quiz is what do we need quiz-wise? Well, database of all the quizzes. That would be tempting. Good start, I would say. What would that kind of database entail? Because we want as much versatility as we can. We want the quizzes to be as unique as possible. There's no first name. Isn't it demand sketchy? It really is. The frame code and do this. Why is it an exe? How many has Make It said throughout the video? I imagine a lot. I'm a thinker. I think violently. By the way, in this case, I know you can't hear it because I have Discord audio disabled. But in this case, I realized that the script for the video was just straight up incorrect. Like, it didn't match up with the physics. Which means all of this right here has to go. Oh, brilliant. Cool. There we go, this. This does change the animation a fair bit. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, I can't do it. I need simulation. This is too boring. understood why musicians used to get so excited about key changes. I get it now. It's a fun thing to just do. Brilliant, beautiful. Both of them are rendered. Read this one first. This one first. Make it. Do you want to write the quiz yourself? I'm looking for some people who might write them. I'm not going to know this question. Why do you ask? Well, I imagine eventually we're gonna have some people to write them, right? There's gonna be a community bit of effort. On the beginning, I imagine it's going to be. I pasted this in the wrong place. I imagine in the beginning it's going to be mainly me and Remco who make the quizzes, because I need a version as a download video to one of my playlist. I'm gonna improve the theme even more, and then I'm gonna release it as a single. It's just missing something, isn't it? It is just missing something. That's because there are two main transitions I can do with the theme, which is first of all, it works great when you're playing with organs. Let me just. I'm obviously quiet, in which case I'm just gonna. It makes me feel like a villain, which is good. But it feels like it's missing something because there are two transitions over there. The one from D to E minor, C, E minor, D. And then the other one, which is the key change transition, which is G, F, E minor, E flat. Sorry, not minor, it's flat. Yeah, E flat, D flat, C. Sounds more like a synth. Yeah, because normally when you're playing the organs, you don't play them this quickly. That's why. Oh, that is really loud. Wow. Okay, but there are business physics quizzes. You might need someone else to write the chemistry quizzes. Well, in that case, I imagine it's going to be me and Flame. Like, if we're gonna do chemistry, the thing is, in each case, right, in each field, the whole point of the charity is to connect, is to like get experts in fields and try to explain those fields as well as possible. So in each case, so I imagine it will be some kind of generalist quiz team, just call it, which would be general explanations team, and then it would be that with an attached expert to provide the knowledge, and then the quiz team to create the quiz. Which brings back the original question. Of what would we need in a database of quizzes in order for this to work? ID, quiz title, quiz description, simple stuff. Then we could have another, well, a tracker database that would be for each user attached to a quiz, I imagine. We need to really think of how we'd like the system of quizzes to work before we implement them, because we will need two databases and we need to define them pretty well at the very beginning. So what would we want from those kinds of quizzes? Well, each one I would like to be some kind of completion. So like the oh, I just got an idea, but I don't know if it's me being idiotic or if it's something that would actually be fun and useful. Like statistics for each person of their proficiency in computer science, mathematics, physics, and chemistry. And then based on the quizzes they complete, based on the resources they get through, that would increase the values. That's cool. Do you have do we add public profiles, and apart from me you'd have user ID? I imagine yes. Yeah, because otherwise the badges become a bit, well, not quite pointless, but they become a lot less fun. So I think public profiles would be a way to go. I imagine, when you have a pie chart, for example, add it to today's agenda. Today, jeez, Caper, you're already working on the events. I don't know how much you want to do with the event stuff, but it's not I don't imagine it's a light task. Do we add it to the user database, the proficiency in, and then, okay, then what would be the categories, by the way? Because I feel like the most obvious ones, right, okay. Obviously there would have to be physics, there would have to be chemistry, there would have to be mathematics. We need to separate those two off because otherwise we won't hear the end of it. I imagine humanitarian studies, anything from medicine actually. Medicine would be risky, but well, might as well add it just in case. Or we could add it in some kind of way that would allow us to expand them. That's a much better idea. So it's not about all the categories, it's about implementing them in a way that would make them variable. We wouldn't need them to be constant. So that way we could start with just physics on its own. That's a much better idea. In which case, I imagine we could do it as an additional column in the user database. And it would be just a single number, let's call it experience, because why not? You get me to computer science. My high school math teacher got me into math with my rainbow stickers. I mean, yeah, that's what I imagine the system would look like. That would be the whole point. Trick people into learning science, by pretending it's a game. You fools! The entire time you thought you were playing a fun game, when in reality you were learning. I haven't done that voice in a while, my throat hurts. I like that because they are done back and wise. Python programming. Public profiles are me, but I do believe public profiles should look different, shouldn't they? How is the unlucky pie so difficult to do in comparison to all these things? I mean, not difficult, but like, I love the fact that the unlucky pie, by the way. I won't elaborate on what the unlucky pie is, but I love just how much, it's not crazy amount of effort, because it's not that much effort, but considering what the unlucky pie is, the amount of effort required for it is just straight up comical in my opinion. Right, springs is what we're doing. Hold on. I just remembered. which means in this case what we want is we want this enabled, like so, and then we want to trim the curve. Trim curve. Oh, look at that. My goodness, I am good at what I do. Every now and then I do make some kind of animation, which, well, I just realized it looks exactly the way I wanted it to look, and it's just nice. It's just nice when things work out. I'll just add toggle to user editor so that someone can decide to make their profile private or profile picture private or everything public. Oh, done. That is really good. That's really smart. Yeah. Okay. Checkup. They convert the JSON store and JSON type column device. Do in reverse to decode Reddit. Python dict. Oh, so like JSON stored in the database. I thought it would just be an extra, but yeah, maybe JSON stored in the database could be better. I don't know, I just imagined it as a single number for each category, so I thought that just adding an additional column would be fine. Because it would be a column per category. Although I suppose. There isn't really any. I'm thinking about it too much like a C programmer. If I was in C, I would just. You see, if I was just doing it in C, then I would have it just. I think of like the database as an array of structs. So I would just add an additional variable to the struct, and that'll be it. But I suppose the JSON inside of a database could be cleaner, because then we have a single entry for all of them. Why is this pitch black? This wasn't supposed to be pitch black. This was supposed to be the opposite of pitch black, which is pitch white. I don't know what the antonym of the word pitch is. That's the best I could come up with at this point. I'm sorry, why are you like this? That's not great, is it? Oh, it's because they're doubled over, right. I like that look though. It's a really funky look. Could we replicate it somehow? Ooh, that's tricky. The incorrect way about databases actually. Fans waiting for website work video on channel. Eventually it's gonna be a website announcement video. Can you imagine that? The last time I made that video was years ago. How many years actually? Good question, because that's not a joke. This one will be the second website announcement, the third website announcement video in history. The first website announcement video was a really long time ago. It was back when I started making science videos. Full circle, isn't it? Quite a full circle. Okay. Should it be pitch? I like the other look, but the other look could be a bit difficult to duplicate. So, and I'm definitely not doing overlapping stuff. That takes way too long to render. That's just pointless. Okay. Well, in that case, do you mind if I work on the website on StreamCaper, by the way? I suppose as my co-programmer. I forgot the name of the other guy. I remember Newton, but feel free to. Not a secret or anything. Yeah, but still, courtesy to ask, I suppose. All right. Budget has grown quite a fair bit. 124. Yeah, and I have the query databases. I really hope it works because I don't, I'll be honest with you, I don't trust Python. Like, I know I specified those variables to be global, and that means these should edit these, but I just don't trust Python with this sort of thing. I don't know, it's just the fact that you don't know what the variable is. As I mentioned, with C you can crack open a processor, you can measure the voltage using a multimeter, and you can see the actual variable. In this case, I don't know what the user is. How can it change a type halfway through? It starts with a non-type, then it gets a thing. I don't trust it. Anyway, models, right. Users. User. We will need proficiency. I don't know why I'm calling it proficiency in there. That feels a bit pretentious. Whatever. And in this case, it would be SQL RKV JSON type. Would it just be text, or would it just, or is there a specific type for dicks, JSONs, and such? Pickle type. Well, that's we all know the rules. Pink quasar. I don't. Yep. Is it schema? I don't. Your best bet is the JSON right. Wait, why are you putting it in quotes? Oh, per Stack Overflow. Please, I didn't see that just for a second. Is then to declare the column as database text, use JSON dumps to JSONify the data on right. Okay, gotcha. Text to this done. Hi, the timer, right?
Hello.
Let's call it proficiency. I want to say, Kepa, by the way, that there's one thing you need to appreciate from me, which I don't know if you have noticed, but it just shows you use a different standard for writing multi-letter words from me. That's because I use the one, I don't remember what they're called because I never delved into them, but I use the one where each next word is just capitalized. You use either the one with no breaks, or you use the one with an underscore. And whenever our codes intersect, whenever I need to edit your code or edit some place around where your code is, I do actually adapt and change my system to whatever you're using. So for example, in roots, whenever I create a new root, I do it with an underscore. And that's deliberate, because normally I never use underscores in variables. It's because like underscores really often denote special variables, and so I've learned to avoid underscores as much as possible. Okay, so we're gonna have proficiency, which is gonna be db text. And in the db text, we're gonna have a JSON. Although, well, I suppose every single time we could just read the values, and then we could. So I choose yet another deviation. I do when I say I'm normally really consistent with it. So for example, right here you can see read val, return variable, right? There is the batch. What batch tracker is? Actually, batch tracker is yours, and you're using. Oh, but you started with capital B, which is a cardinal sin, as we all know. Don't mind those. Link the file count updated, top file, let them eat cake updated, etc., etc. Okay. I like that I've started budget by making the threaded thing, and then I started by making the threaded thing, and I've never used the thread. Like, you can see that when you run it, it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing when you run it. I don't... Like, normally, ideally, this would do update badges. And then time sleep wouldn't be 2, only it would be something like... Well, okay, no, time sleep has to be short, because otherwise you can't hold it. No, hold on, my animation rendered. Yeah, I'm gonna have... This is certainly an HD kind of stream. There we go. Okay, so right here we're gonna have around 70 is gonna be 410, and they have to... There should be a single variable which determines... Yes, there is! Oh, why aren't you moving? Oh yeah, you wouldn't be moving because... Oh, damn it. That's quite annoying, actually. It does only go one way. I did just realize that. Too close or too far, so let's just have this. Let's do 5, and let's right here do 4 or 4.5. There we go, splendid. So now we're gonna have. Did I copy? I did, but it's not important. I imagine we'd like a utils function, wouldn't we? We'd like a utils function that that's a good question. I think updates proficiency. Jeez, if I misspell proficiency one of those times, I'm gonna be mildly upset. Or if I've been misspelling it the entire time. Have I spelled it correctly? Let me see. Proficiency, yeah. Not the ancient rebadge method as obsolete as of Badger. Yeah, Badger has. But you now see why I wanted to make Badger, right? Because like right now Badger does handle so if we wanted to create a different like a different rebadge method using this, it would have been a major pain in the ass. But right now we can make basically a different update per badge. It's just add it to an array, and Badger will just do its thing. And I've even included manual badge updaters, which is just an idiotic thing to say, because why would you need something that updates automatically for something that's manual? But hey, all it does is it just returns nothing. This update will do nothing. Brilliant. Descriptive code. Okay. Function to update proficiency values for a given user, where this will be prof value, this will be unique ID of the user, and then proficiency type. Proficiency type is also going to be an ID, so I imagine the way it's going to go is... Actually, that's a good question. How is it going to go? Oh, actually, proficiency by name could be better, now that I think about it. Because if we're doing it with JSON type anyway, might as well. Yeah. Fine. Well, new proficiency value. confusing. And I imagine in this case we would never update more than one user, because that would be weird. Especially since this would be like one of the lower level functions. We're gonna have an upper level abstraction for adding proficiency or subtracting it when user completes a quiz. So, in the models we have the DB text. You mentioned that Stack Overflow. What did those freaks on Stack Overflow say? JSON dumps. Right, we need the Python JSON. Do we have it in air? Our requirements. I forgot the name. Python JSON. JSON is built in. Is JSON built in? JSON. Unless you still need to import it and it's built in. Ah, I see. Okay. Cheers then. Okay, brilliant. In which case, well, good question. I propose we're gonna have to query the database. Information is no. Which one is it? User. Oh, brilliant! The only one that wasn't loaded in. Hold on, the animation rendered. This is, by the way, why. In case you were wondering, Caper, it took me such a long time to actually fix up Badger. This is how I work normally. I have a, well, this is not even it, because right now there are a couple of things I would normally be doing that I'm not even doing because I'm on stream. So this is why it takes me such a long time to get anything done. It's not good for I get you. Yeah. It is exhausting, isn't it? But oh hey, such is life. Such is life. As I said, if you hate the JSON idea, I can make a table of categories and proficiency tracker of your ID and proficiency level. No, I feel like the JSON one is fine. Oh, I have another question though, and that's a good one. When it comes to logs, I think we should log more things. I'm not saying I don't trust my code, but I have spent 2 days trying to kill a badger, so input Jason as Jason Mandzukas. Don't tempt me. Oh, we're getting on the roof with this one. I have been thinking that there. Normally the way I would do it is I would have some kind of either global or local-ish debug variable. And what we could do, oh, that would be actually really clever. We could have a debug variable that enables or disables logging. And then we could detect in code whenever it errors, whenever there's an exception. And if we reach, like, for example, 3 exceptions per hour, then we enable the debug temporarily to log everything. In that case, there is some kind of flaw in our code and it keeps breaking. Then we wake up in the morning, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people telling us that there are errors on the website, and we're gonna have a log that tells us what happened. Or at least it will tell us as much as it can. Oh, that's actually tempting. Ah, damn it, I'm gonna write it down into the bucket of ideas. We should look at everything, ranging from website being opened by a user through exceptions to badges being awarded. Or we need to categorize them properly. Is it once again my C programmer brain that thinks that debugs are only for for dev mode. I'm sorry, I just had a message that I... Yep, there we go. Okay. Right, I was going to budget with the user because I'm still not completely familiar with the notation, user query all. And then not all only UID, so specific user, this query filter, this, Should we have a different ID, by the way, for... Because... I mean, not a different ID, only there are certain pieces of code in which case... Hold on, I'm having an aneurysm because there's another thing that I just realized. Hold on. And also this. Hold on, I have 3 processes happening in my brain right now, and until one of them is resolved, I'm locked. Okay, there we go. Make it one by one. First, animation. Video is the most important because we work to end right to end right to end right to work. So this. Okay. Now in this case, the way I've set them up is well, it is a bit of a double-edged sword because what we need to do is we need to separate a single one of them. Where's the inputs? There are the inputs. I'm gonna plug them in. 43, beautiful. And now the new one can be a 1. Splendid. It can be keyframed. We can start the keyframe off, and we can then move it over there. Yeah, it will be a bit of a problem. That's because what we want is we want the particle to move. We want the particle to jiggle around based on the spring. However, the particle is locked in place. Or is it? Yeah, no, it is locked in place. Damn it.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go. I need to study. Bye, everyone.
Alright, see ya. Ah, damn it. Timon joins in and breaks up my make. There we go. I have to manually fix it up every single time. Okay. This is beautiful, and then we want a brick wall. That's what we want. No, I can work later in case the end of the day is set and sent to the channel. Alright, I will try to get on my agenda as well. And hopefully, mine has a fair bit less things on it. But I have a video that I need to work on, so I have an excuse. 90. Beautiful. And then it's gonna be brick wall. Standard shading. Up. This way. Displacement. See ya, Checkup. See ya. There we go. Yup, neat. Is it? How does it look? Actually, bricks might be small, if anything. I think 1 could be fine. It could even be a 0.7. Yeah, bricks could actually be bigger, and then we can. Nope, 90. Yup, there we go. And then we just need the brick wall to appear somehow logically. There we go. Brilliant. Nah, damn it. If Caper went away, actually there isn't much of a point in me working on it on stream, is it? Let's be real, most of you aren't interested in this. I'm gonna go then. As well. I'm sorry that the streams have been shorter a bit recently, but in my defense, I am exhausted most of the time. So that's the reason. And for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.